Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy! Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Today we're going to get into the NBA. We haven't talked about it much. We've been on that NFL grind. A lot going on in NFL, so we had to dive in on all that info. But we're getting back to our roots. The NBA, we're getting into the playoff push. It's actually really exciting. In the West and the East, there's a lot of close races, a lot of jockeying for position, if you will, a lot of interesting storylines. But we're going to talk a little bit about, MVP races, awards, all that kind of stuff. But first and foremost, how you doing, Brother Bear?
Doing good, man. Like you said, it's kind of nice to step away from all the NFL news. It's kind of been hectic. And just taking a step back, getting ready for the NBA postseason, the upcoming draft class. A lot of people are, declaring for the NBA draft next year. Just keeping an eye on these late pushes for these season awards, man, because, anyone can kind of, pull their weight at this point. But it's going to be interesting, especially for the postseason. We've seen that Celtics are making this huge run that no one expects, but they're getting hot at the right time, and certain teams aren't. A lot of teams are kind of falling off a little bit. So, best time is right now in the NBA.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Like you said, the Celtics are making that run. Mavericks are now the third seed in the West. I don't think people are really talking about that. Lakers are falling like a lead balloon. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of jockeying. Like the matchups aren't going to be set until the last game of the season, which is, we're getting into it at the right time. I mean, the NBA is a long season, and there's not, it's kind of drags on, but it's going to be a feisty one. I tell you what, son.
Yeah, and even for like the playing games, like what team's going to slide in, what teams are going to slip out.
Like are the Lakers going to, squeak it out?
Because the Spurs, they lost last night, so the Lakers are now number 10. So they're in that final spot. But like you said, it's going to be up to the last matchups.
I like the playing, man. It makes it that much more exciting, I don't know. Yeah, it still kind of stinks for 7 and 8, though,
Yeah.
To be, I don't know. It's cool. It's interesting. More basketball. High-intensity basketball. Playoff basketball is the best. I don't care what anyone says, man. It slows down. It gets grimy. There's a lot of, your mom jokes going around. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. There's a lot of sweating. There's a lot of spitting. Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't want it any other way.
Yeah, you're from a nice neighborhood. You're not about that life.
Hey, man. Draymond Green?
Yeah,
you're from Buckhead, man.
We're going to get a lot of that, man. A lot of pushing and shoving.
I like that, man.
But you
I
love
like that reference there, Bob.
Yeah, shout out Draymond for that.
Shout out, man. What is it? Saginaw Pride?
Yeah, that's what it is. But he's one of the best trash talkers. I'll give him that.
He's playing like poop, though. Let's be honest. But Warriors is a team that I would, when Steph comes back, what's his name? Jordan Poole?
Yeah.
Is a freak.
Averaging 26 points in March.
Yeah, he's a scorer for sure. I don't know. It should be interesting. Clay's playing like poop, but like I said, we'll let it go. We'll see how it plays out, man.
I think we should be scared of the Warriors, but for some reason I'm not that scared.
I'm not either. It's weird. Like I thought when Clay came back, like they're gonna go on this run. They didn't really go on a run, and Steph got hurt, and things look to be. James Wiseman's out for the season. Just things spiraled. Kuminga seems to be quiet again. I don't know, just weird things. But, you can never count out Steve Kerr and the Warriors in the playoff. In a 7-game series, Steph gets hot, Clay gets hot for a series, night, sweep, on to the next one. If they just catch fire at the beginning of the playoffs, I mean, they can make that run.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, we can talk a little bit about the standings itself, or teams. I know the Suns. The Suns have been the most consistent team all year. They have the best record in the NBA, and they look like the easy favorite in the West as of right now. I know you mentioned the Warriors as a sleeper team. Would you take the Suns to make it in the finals out of the West, or would you take the field?
Let's see. Great question. I'm a man that loves to take the field. You know, the odds are better for me. But with this Suns team, shoot, man, they're like a bat out of hell, man. I tell you what, like just their chemistry. They brought everyone back. JaVale McGee's been big for them. Like that was a huge addition. Bismack Biyombo,
Yeah.
man. Monty Williams is a great coach, led by Chris Paul. Devin Booker's a budding superstar. Mikal Bridges, I mean, DeAndre Ayton, still under the radar, but, you know, solid. But I just think they're so well-rounded and so well-coached and disciplined. And I would take the Suns right now if I was a betting man.
Really?
Yeah, and I never take the one team. I usually take the field. But they've been on like win streak. It seems like every month they're on a win streak. It's like they're on 9-game win streak, 12-game win streak. You're just like, dang, you know, that's one of those teams where they're clicking and they know what to do.
Yeah, very consistent all year. And it's the crazy thing, even when Chris Paul was out, you know, they still stayed afloat. And then, you know, since he's been back, you would expect there to be rust, but there hasn't been. Like, the dude just comes right back to being point guard and doesn't miss a beat. And, I mean, that's kudos to Monty Williams. That's kudos to the Suns team and James Jones for putting them together. But it's really mind-blowing. I think they're tied for their franchise record in wins right now with 62, which I'm surely they'll break in 7 games. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I think the Suns are, you know, I think that's the bet you make over the field. I mean, to say the Mavericks are the number 3 seed right now, I mean, that's shocking. And I think they're pretenders. I don't think they never really make the run. They're kind of missing a few links. But I mean, the Nuggets, I mean, they're hard to say. If Jamal Murray comes back, you know, what team are we looking at then? Golden State, like you said, can make a run. And then the Grizzlies. What do you expect from the Grizzlies in the playoffs? You think they can make a run? Is this a team we see in the Western Conference Finals? Or what do you expect out of them?
That's a tough question. They're just so consistent, or like, just when I think that they're too young, they don't have that. I mean, they have Ja Morant, but other than that, like, I don't know. Desmond Bane's really, really, really a really good player. Like, I think he needs to be, you know, more of a spotlight. Like, I look at the box scores, and he's always, you know, up there in points. And DeAnthony Melton?
Yeah.
He's been fantastic lately. Jaren Jackson, foul trouble still, and he's still inconsistent, and it bothers me. But his rim protection.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steven Adams is like big on like their defense, and I think they just, you know, they have a good. They kind of have like a Suns vibe, but without the talent, I would say.
Younger.
But I can't count them out, but I can't shoo them into the Western Conference Finals. But because there's questions and things like that I don't know. They're so deep, and you cut your rotation in the playoffs, and I think that was a big thing for them in the regular season, is having, like, you know, going so deep with, you know, Conchar and Zaire Williams and, you know, things like that. But you have to shorten it in the playoffs, and things slow down. But I like the Grizzlies, but I'm not going to just, you know, say they're going to the Western Conference Finals. And the experience part of it. But.
Yeah, that's for me too. And defensively, off the top of my head, I'm not sure if they're like a top defensive team. I know Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams are good at what they do, but I mean, like, perimeter guards, I know Melton is known for being kind of scrappy.
And Brooks.
Is, pretty gritty. But outside of that, there's really, Ja Morant, I wouldn't consider a great defensive player. And I mean, he's a star.
He's tough.
And I think maybe that's what we'll see is they kind of hunker down in the playoffs. And if they do that, that's whenever they can make that Western Conference run. I think it comes down to their defense.
What's their slogan? Grit and grind?
Yeah.
Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee's.
Grizz house.
Yeah. That was a good Grizzly.
Really?
You want to hear mine?
Yeah. That was Mama Bear.
It was a Mama Bear.
But they're hot at the right time, man. 9-1 in the last 10 games. So that's definitely a team we got to look out for. But the Suns, would you took the Suns over the field in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take the Suns or the field in the NBA champions? As the NBA champions.
I would go with the field for that.
Okay.
I think the East is super strong, and whoever comes out of the East is going to be battle-tested and ready to go, man.
I want to talk about the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, let's get into that, man.
I think the Eastern Conference is much, much more, how do we say it? Deep, competitive, close. Miami Heat are one game ahead of Milwaukee Bucks. And then from 10-1, all those teams are within 9.5 games. So, I mean, it's a close dogfight, man. We'll have to see how it plays out. I mean, what do you think about this Eastern Conference?
Boy, howdy. A lot going on, a lot of good teams, a lot of teams I don't think we would expect. But very interesting. Like, all the matchups you look at, they seem very intriguing, you know. So I'm excited about it. It's hard to, it's like a coin flip, really, for the East. Like, I don't really know who I'd pick right about now.
You don't have a favorite?
I mean, shoot. I like the Bucks.
Yeah.
I just think, they run it back. Giannis is, goodness gracious. Greek Freak isn't fitting enough. I think we need to, increase that nickname to Greek God. Because that guy is a freak of nature with ability that no one's ever seen before. But, I just would go with the familiar. They've been there. They've done that. But there's so many wild cards in this Eastern Conference that, it's going to be a dogfight, a fight to the very end.
So this Celtics run, I think they were 25-4 their last 29 games. They're the number 4 seed right now, 2 games back from Miami Heat. They're 47-30 currently. Are the Celtics a team that we should be watching out for as we get closer to the postseason? Or is this more of just a push? They'll kind of come back to reality in the playoffs, losing Robert Williams. I don't know what to expect from the Celtics because of the slow start. They've kind of had chemistry issues, losing Robert Williams, potential Defensive Player of the Year candidate. But with that being said, you've had players like Marcus Smart step up. Daniel Tice has played a nice little role for them. And just a few of the role players finally playing well. Jaylen Brown, of course.
Grant Williams.
He's scrappy.
Peyton Pritchard,
yeah. So would you say these contenders or pretenders?
Absolutely contenders. I say that because I don't think this is a streak or anything like that. I think they figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think their coach deserves a lot of credit because at the beginning of the year, man, they could not keep a lead in the fourth quarter no matter how big. And he would call them out. And I don't think Brad Stevens never did that.
Mm-mm.
He was like the soft-spoken, pat on the back kind of guy. He gave him a kick in the butt. And they took it well, and I think, they played lights-out defense. I think Jason Tatum's ascending before our eyes.
Okay, me too.
I think he thinks he's the best player on the court every night. Doesn't matter who's on the other. He's like, his goals are championship MVP, averaging 30 a game. You can see it. He's got it. which is I mean, that's someone you need in the playoffs. And, like, I think they're finally figured out. He's kind of figured out the playmaking thing. Like, if I pass the ball, I'll get it back. It's not like I have to force this shot. So he's understanding.
He's gotten better about it, but he'll still.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll do take a bad shot or whatever.
Tunnel vision.
But, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart's playing great. It's just, I give credit to Udoka.
Mm-hmm.
Udoka. Robert Williams hurts. Time Lord, man. Come back, man. Praying for a, healthy recovery. But that's huge because Al Horford and Daniel Tice, like, combined, if you combined them, can't do what Robert Williams. Like, people on the other team know Robert Williams is on the court, and that, affects the game, Like, they're looking for him, but not having him to be their backstop, their backbone, it's big.
Yeah, that's what decides being pretenders to contenders for me. I mean, getting a healthy Robert Williams back, hopefully in the first, second round, if they can make it there. I mean, that propels your whole team. Like, I know with him in the lineup, they're the number one defensive rated team, I think, in most categories defensively. And him and Marcus Smart are two of the most, well-respected defensive players, and they're very good at it. So for me, if they get a healthy Robert Williams back at some point in the playoffs, then I think they can make a run. But I don't know how they're going to do without him. And then, like you said, Jason Tatum's ascension.
Yeah.
100%. I saw this thing, and he told Joel Embiid, I don't know if this was when they were playing each other, but he said, you better win MVP this year because next year I'm winning it. Like, it's mine. So
I heard that story.
And it's recent too. Like, the past few weeks, he's all of a sudden like, I'm this guy. I'm the dude now. And it's probably Udoka. Udoka's like, dude, you're special. You need to, talk like it. You need to act like it. You need to play like it. And he's showing it. He's showing up in the games. And we're finally getting, what we expected out of Tatum when he was the second overall pick.
I think we should run through the Western, the seeds, just so the audience knows what we're looking at, the playoff picture.
Sure.
As of right now.
Okay.
I'll do the West.
Perfect.
The number 1 seed is the Phoenix Suns. Number 2 seed is the Memphis Grizzlies. 3 seed, Dallas Mavericks. 4 seed, Golden State Warriors. 5th seed, Denver Nuggets. 6th seed, Utah Jazz. 7th seed, Minnesota Timberwolves. 8th seed, Los Angeles Clippers. 9 seed, the New Orleans Pelicans. And the 10 seed, Lakers.
Yeah.
You want to do the East real quick?
Sure. Yeah, for the Eastern Conference, first place is the Miami Heat.
Ouch.
Second place, Milwaukee Bucks. Third place, Philadelphia 76ers.
Hello.
Fourth place, Boston Celtics.
Aye.
5th seed, Chicago Bulls. 6th seed, Toronto Raptors. 7th seed, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
8th seed, Brooklyn Nets.
Swish.
9th seed, Charlotte Hornets.
Bzz.
10th seed, Atlanta Hawks. And 11th seed, New York Knickerbockers.
Oh, I didn't say the 11th seed. 11th seed in the West is the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like 1 through 10 for the East is pretty locked up. I think the Knicks are 6 games out, and I don't think they're going to make it in there. But what is your most surprising team looking at these standings right now? I guess we'll go ahead and do Eastern Conference first, if you have that ability.
Yeah, there's a couple that surprised me. The fact that the Hawks are the 10 seed and that the Raptors are 6 seed.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people thought the Raptors were going to be in the playoff picture. I think they thought they were going to be like a lottery team. But boy howdy, they've pulled it together. Scotty, Pascal, They got some players out there, man. Brooklyn Nets 8.
Okay.
But a lot happened, so, there's a lot. Injury to KD. James Harden is no longer there. Kyrie could only play away games for a while, but now he's back. Ben Simmons, had to get an epidural. The Ben Simmons thing is weird to me.
Okay, let's speak on it.
He's been out for 9 months. You would think that he would be, you plug and play, you get him and he can play because he's been sitting out. How does he have an injured back? Unless he did it whenever he was practicing with the Nets. Like, wouldn't he be 100% like, yeah, I'm ready to go. You give me the call. I'm on a new team. Put me on the court. I'm going to razzle-dazzle Magic Mike.
Has there been a report of when it occurred or anything? Or
No, that's what's so weird. Like, did the Sixers know he had this and trade him? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of, he could have injured it at the Nets' first practice, but like, an epidural is something bad. That's big time. That's like, no joke. I don't think he's practiced ever since then, so I don't like it.
They need to send an investigation team out there, man.
Yeah, I think they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes, man. He's going to be playing Game 1 of the NBA playoffs.
They need him if they can get there, man. I don't know.
I just want to see Ben Simmons on the Nets, man. But, so right now, I guess we would know who the Nets would play, right?
They better hope they play the Hornets, because if the Hawks end up being 9 and they're 8 and they have to play the Hawks, I would be concerned. Because the Hawks offensively can go toe-to-toe with the Nets.
Defensively ain't.
Yeah, but the Nets defense I don't think is very good. Kyrie's, they
got Andre Drummond.
He's not very good.
I know, but I think the Nets will. I would be worried if I was the Heat or the Bucks.
With Ben Simmons?
Nah, man, Kyrie. It doesn't matter. Kyrie's
in a slump.
Yeah, but something happens when those lights turn bright and he's got his afro picked out, man. It's different, dude. And he sages the building.
I don't know. They're just not as scary as they were.
Kevin Durant's the scariest man on this earth when it comes to playing basketball.
When it comes to the playoff basketball, I want the teams that have been consistent. They've been one of the most inconsistent teams. They were supposed to be a top 3 seed in the East. They're number 8. They've underwhelmed. Kyrie has great scoring games, but then there's games where he shoots 30%. Durant can single-handedly carry them, a round or two. But
what are you saying, dude?
You
don't see them getting out of the second round?
I don't see them making this crazy run and getting into the finals. I just don't. They need Ben Simmons. They need something, man, because, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because,
when the Nets are clicking on all cylinders just with Kyrie and KD.
But when have they haven't even done that.
I've seen it.
One game. We haven't seen it for a stretch of games.
I'm just saying, if you get that flash in the pan,
yeah,
it could happen again. They got Seth Curry. They got Andre Drummond.
It could.
There'll be Bruce Brown, Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
Claxton.
You mentioned the Warriors and the Hawks. Like, it's crazy that not the Warriors, the Raptors and the Hawks, because you would expect those two to be flipped. You'd expect the Hawks to be 6 and the Raptors to be 10. But shout out to the Raptors.
Shout out.
Are we not giving enough credit to Scotty Barnes? Because this was a lottery team. We knew that for sure. Kind of selling pieces. Lowry's gone. Van Vliet was an all-star. Shout out. And then getting back a healthy Siakam.
Was that guy's name Gary Trent?
Gary Trent, yeah.
He's been real good, especially against the Rockets. But I think Scotty Barnes is getting the right amount of credit. Everyone's on his bandwagon now. Rightfully so.
Okay.
He's a special player. He's a do-it-all. He's a Swiss Army knife. Personally, I was a big fan of Scotty, but I did not think he would be this able as a scorer, this effective. He shoots threes, he's not very good, but he makes them, and he can score at every level. I thought he would score like 9 points a game or something, like a rookie,
Right.
but he's exceeded my expectation. I think he's exceeded a lot of people's. In his defensive prowess, 6'9", long arms. Good dude. I love Scotty, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah, he's definitely exceeded my expectations. Because he's one of those guys, even as a rookie, he can play a lot of minutes. Because he's a do-it-all kind of guy. I think he's a +6 and a +-, so he's not detrimental when he plays. But I mean, dude, he's putting up 15 points, 7.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, shooting 53%.
Yeah, that boy Scotty, man. Scotty doesn't know.
And it's just, and I know most people were saying how Mobley, he's contributing, to a contending team, a playoff team. But now we see the Raptors have jumped Cleveland. Scotty's doing what he's been doing throughout
Mobley's
the season.
Out, man.
I'm saying throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Because, Cleveland started out so hot. And Toronto didn't start out nearly as hot. But now we look at it and it's like, they're both middle of the pack in the East. Probably both playoff teams. But people really have only been talking about Mobley as, he's playing so well on a playoff team. But not really giving Scotty that same treatment. And
I think they're neck and neck for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think people are seeing Scotty and Evan Mobley, what he's done for the Cavaliers in terms defensively, and he's just a smooth player. But yeah, those would be my surprise teams for the East. You want to go West?
Yeah, let's head on over to the West. Because I would agree. Because I think the top 5 seeds, we kind of predicted that early on in the year. So I would say that I would agree with those.
Let's make like Lewis and Clark and go West.
Ooh, heading on yonder. Sacagawea, surprise team in the West would be, Dallas looking at number 3. We'll have to see how the final games turn out. But
dang, I just don't like Dallas. But Luka's phenomenal. Spencer Dinwiddie trade's looking pretty good. Jalen Brunson's fine. Dorian Finney-Smith got his bag.
He's good.
He's good.
He's darn good.
What happened to Tim Hardaway? Is he hurt?
Yeah. That's probably a
good
thing.
They're one of those teams. It's just like the Harden Rockets. Mm-hmm. They're really good in the regular season because Luka and Harden were running the show, putting up the 30-burger, trip dub. Here you go. You can have this. Let me take that. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like highlights for days.
Yes.
Bang! Luka this, Luka that. It's a lot of things. So but the playoffs is a different animal. Slows down. They're gonna focus on Luka, double him.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna, and they don't have enough around Luka. To me personally, I don't think they can make that run, and they're gonna have an early exit. But shout out to Jason Kidd. He did.
Yeah.
He's coached really well, and shout out to Mark Cuban or whoever you want to talk about. But another surprise team for me, and boy, howdy, these guys are close to my heart. The young Timberwolves.
Okay.
Of Minnesota. Cat, I think, is ascending as well. Anthony Edwards is in a bit of a slump right as we speak, but he had a great start. He's got potential. Patrick Beverley, I think, brings a lot of swagger. The kid's still using that word these days?
No.
Oh, well, he's bringing a lot of charisma to the Timberwolves.
Going even older.
Yeah. I don't know. I like what we're seeing in the Timberwolves. Malik Beasley. I don't even know. Does D'Angelo Russell play?
Yes.
Every game?
He's been good, yeah. Not every game. I think he's missed games, but when he plays, he's been solid.
Yeah. Okay, so they have D'Angelo, Naz Reid. Who
Jared
else?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they got McDaniels. Yeah, they have an interesting team. I think we've been waiting for this for a couple of years, and I think they're starting to figure it out.
To me, I think it's all pretty much on the shoulders of Karl Anthony Towns. He's just a top 3 center in the league. He's number 3 for me behind Embiid and Jokic. Because, Anthony Edwards is young. He has his games where he's really, really good. He'll put up a healthy stat line, be efficient. And then for them to still be able to win games, even though he has slumping nights, Russell steps up. They have, you mentioned the role players. They've played very well this year. But to me, it's like Cat, being able to average, what is it, 26 and 11 or something.
And he's shooting like 40% from three.
Yeah,
the
he's
best
a phenomenal
big man shooter of all time. Shut up, it's Dirk. But you're a good shooter, Cat.
Yeah,
and
he's not the best, but
I think
best in the league right now.
Cat. The thing I like about Cat is if there's anything on the court, he's gonna see it on the ground.
Mhm.
He's always looking at the ground. So
yeah, he is.
if there's any contacts or like loose change, he'll be there. Be the first one to see it. Look up, dude.
Wait, what do you think that comes from?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, if it's like, I don't mean to poke fun. Maybe me as a person, I look at myself in the mirror and realize why that bothers me. But he's fine player, and if he does it and he doesn't know about it, that's fine. You're a great player, Cat. No disrespect, all love. I'll see you in April.
I don't want to talk about him too much, but the Lakers being in the 10th seed, barely hanging on to the play-in game, is extremely surprising. Wouldn't you say? That's a team that consensus had, as a number 1, number 2 seed in the West. And just seeing them fall apart the way they have with injuries, with Westbrook, it's hard to put it on LeBron. He leads the league in scoring, but, he's prima donna. He's had injuries himself, and they've lost a lot of games with him playing.
Yeah, it's a dumpster fire. It's absolutely despicable. It's just terrible. But I think you can put up the blame on LeBron. Le GM, bringing Russell Westbrook in.
Le Mickey.
They could have had DeMar DeRozan, but he chose Russell. But yeah, the Lakers, there's not much more we can, it's like beating a dead horse. It's just, they stink. Like, it's bad. Like, I hate watching them play. I hate that Russell's getting, it hurts me to see Russell go through this. He don't deserve it.
And Frank Vogel.
You
can tell he hates his job, and he's very frustrated.
Yeah, if you're starting Austin Reeves, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Malik Monk's always has these ominous quotes about how the veterans are mean to the rookies, but the veterans don't play as hard. I don't know. It's weird quotes he has. I see every now and again. It seems like Malik Monk's fed up, and he's their best player besides LeBron.
I don't want to talk about them that much anymore, but I want to ask, if they do make it in the play-in game and they find a way to make it into the playoffs, is that a team that can make a run in the playoffs, or are they one and done? If they're healthy, because, AD's back Friday. I think LeBron will be back Friday.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Can a blind man find a toilet?
Probability is very low, but he could find it.
That's my answer. The probability is very low.
Well, if someone just used it, he can use a sense of smell.
Exactly. There's a lot of factors that play into this, so they could potentially. It's a very small percentage.
Okay.
That they, make that run. They literally just stink.
They do. They're
I'm
putrid.
talking about every level. Trevor Ariza can't hit He couldn't hit throw a rock in the ocean.
Shouldn't be in the league.
Russell probably needs to get checked for cataracts. Anthony Glassbones Davis. Anthony Street Clothes Davis. Anthony Unibrow ain't working no more Davis. Anthony Davis can't stay on the court. LeBron is worried about his fashion and his, movements. It's all bad. Austin Reeves looks like his picture in the lineup. It looks like a junior high picture. It's just not going to work, dude. I give their percentage of making a run to the Western Conference Finals 1%.
I think that's fair. You
got that percentage?
Yeah, it's low. It's definitely under 10%. It's low. we'll just have to see how they look with the full team. There's not a lot of time left, but I'm not expecting much.
Yeah, at this point, we're wasting our breath talking about these guys. However, I got a team for you that could make a howdy doody runny
Runny
at
water.
the chip.
Ooh.
The
That's
LA
good.
Clippers.
Ugh.
Don't sleep. They haven't
Okay.
counted out Kawhi Leonard. Paul
He's not
George is
playing.
back, and he just splashed 30 brack right on him. Zubac, I don't know. I think Ty Lue's a good coach, and you
Okay.
need to apologize to him now.
No apologies, but he's done much more than I expected. He's done good. I mean, he's a good coach. Reggie Jackson's played really good. Another guy I dogged on too. But they just don't have the tools.
What do you mean?
Even if Paul George is back, I have a theory that he has been healthy for months, but he just comes back for this like playoff push just because Kawhi's out. And he kind of expected it to be a lost season, but they found their way to be a playoff team, number 8 seed right now.
The only way they make the run is with Kawhi and Paul George, not just Paul George.
Yeah, that changes everything. But to me, Kawhi's not coming back.
I don't know. It's been quiet on the Western front over yonder.
That's true.
They haven't rolled him out.
But he's always quiet, though. That's the thing. You never know nothing about him.
He's a fun guy, though.
I don't know if he eats with his hands or his feet.
I would honestly wouldn't be surprised if he ate with his feet.
I mean, that sounds bad, but we don't mean it in any way like that. That's pretty much it for the standings. I mean, we're going to give our playoff breakdown and preview down the road.
Everything
sets in. But we've got a few more games left, so, I mean, we're just touching on, the outlook. But another thing I do want to touch on is the candidates for the season awards.
Ooh, yeah.
So, so there's 6 awards. I'll give you, like, the 3 names in the conversation, but if those 3 names aren't the guys that you're kind of thinking of, we can go that route too. But for MVP, man,
Right on.
this is a difficult one this year.
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 guys for sure that I think you could almost, flip a coin, 3-sided coin, lands on either one, that's fine. But the 3 candidates to me are Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What is this 3-sided coin you speak of?
It's like triangular.
You seen it?
Never seen one before.
Oh, okay. Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis.
Yes, those are mine.
Golly, I wouldn't be mad for any of them, but Jokic is blowing my mind. He's melting my face. His efficiency is disturbing. It's like 15 for 19. He's putting up 35. You have 14 rebounds. 8 to 12 assists. It's like he's figured out the game of basketball and unlocked something that.
That's true.
Like, yeah, there's superstars that average 30, but he does it in the most efficient way possible. And without Jokic, they're a bottom feeder. Without MPJ and without Jamal Murray. They're not good.
They're the 5th seed in the West, 46-31.
I'm talking about without Jokic, they wouldn't even be
Oh,
close.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that they are good is telling.
But 5th seed isn't great, but like if you took him off the Nuggets, you would they would fall out of the sky. So
Be like the Trailblazers.
Jokic is he's unlocking this game that I've never experienced in terms of efficiency. He's so good at everything. Like, I don't know. Embiid's been fantastic. He's dominant.
Yeah,
offensively,
I
defensively.
want to talk about Jokic. It's something we've never seen from the centers forever. I mean, the numbers he puts up, last year's numbers, MVP numbers last year, he's exceeded those. I mean, no one cares about advanced stats, but he's better than everyone, every center in the advanced statistics. Literally 90% of them. And like you said, if they take him off the Nuggets team, man, they stink. So he's a guy, in my opinion, probably should be the favorite. But that's the thing with the MVP awards is that, there could be 2 or 3 people who deserve it every year, but only one of them can win. So I mean,
and it's voted on by human beings,
true.
you know. But like going on to Embiid, 76ers have had a really good year. He dominates offensively, and he's a threat, a big, obstacle on defense. He's got that, he's got that it factor as well. Like, yeah, I'm the best player on the court. So he's deserving, but it's just I just have Jokic a hair above, and then Giannis
Really?
I have Jokic a hair above.
Really?
I think if you take Embiid off the Sixers, they aren't very good, but I think they still make the playoffs.
Okay.
That's hard to say with Harden and now, but like.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but for me, I mean, just what Embiid has done. He's averaging 29.8, 11-something rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1.4 blocks. And he has the best record, man. I mean, he's 46-29. He's 2 games back from the number 1 seed in the East.
He shoots a lot of free throws.
So does a lot of Giannis, Harden, they all do, but
a lot of free throws.
But just watching him play, like no one can guard him. Like he's just on this another level of like Shaquille O'Neal type dominant, like putting up 37, 14, 3 blocks on certain nights. And like if you just watch him play, it's like this guy is literally a beast, like unstoppable. And like Jokic is like that as well, but in a different way. But to be like a center and get those rebounds, play the defense that he does, he's just a physical.
I think
boss.
Physically he's a specimen,
and defensively as well, he's up there.
He's incredible. He definitely deserves to be in the MVP. Like I said, it's a hair of a difference between those two. Giannis is just doing Giannis things, but he's not going to win the MVP.
I think he's a dark horse, though. I think he's a guy that could end up getting the most votes.
I don't think so. I think it's a 2-man race, but Giannis definitely deserves.
He's always in the race, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's great.
But it would be Giannis on a regular year, but I think he has more help on the Bucks than Jokic or Embiid does on the Sixers and the Nuggets. They won the NBA Finals last year. You got to have more help. And I just think,
who won MVP last year? Jokic?
No, it was Giannis.
Exactly.
No, it was Jokic. Sorry. Yeah, this is his back-to-back.
It's going to be Embiid then. They never get back-to-back.
Giannis won back-to-back.
So did Steph. But they took it away from Harden.
Yeah, they did.
They want to see a new face. I mean, they're voters, they're human. It's human nature to want new things.
I don't know. But they're all deserving, and it's nice that they're all like big guys. Like it's not like Steph, Harden. Like it's nice to appreciate the big guys in an era for the smaller guys and the shooters.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy with those 3.
And you'd have Jokic as your favorite right now? I like the points you made with Jokic, though. Lesser team, less help. He's done more for the Nuggets than the other 2 have for their team.
Yeah, he checks all the boxes. He had injuries, turmoil. And he just was steady chugging
Eddie.
along, doing his thing. Incredible.
He's Thomas the Train Engine.
Chugga.
Okay, so the next award I want to touch on is Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, let's get into that.
There's 3 candidates I have here, but I want to give you a 4th because he's sneaking up.
Yes.
So, Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert.
Oh, get him a trash can.
The Frenchman. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
He's asleep. He's can't go unnoticed. And then number 4, I'll have Marcus Smart.
Yes.
Just to get a guard in there, and he's one of those defenders that can guard 1 through 4.
Guards never win this award. But I have Marcus Smart winning Defensive Player of the Year.
I like.
And I don't think he can guard 1 through 4. I think he can guard 1 through 5.
Really?
And there was a stat yesterday against Miami. He in 59 possessions, the person he was guarding, he has allowed 0 points. 0 points against the Miami Heat.
Who is he guarding?
And whoever, he can guard anyone, but whoever he was guarding didn't
got
score.
0.
He's a freak. He's starting to
He's
figure
good.
it out.
Yeah, I think he deserves credit.
But also, I want to throw in Time Lord Robert Williams.
Okay.
I just think we should throw his name out there because he's been incredible. We can take Rudy Gobert and move him out because he stinks.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to the point where
He's tall and has long arms.
I don't
I
think
could do that.
I don't think he's done enough to deserve 4th Defensive Player of the Year.
No. We're not trying to get him in the Hall of Fame because he doesn't deserve it.
But my thing about Gobert is that anytime anyone brings up Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is always brought up. Whether it be he doesn't deserve it or he does deserve it. So to me, that like he set the tone for defensive players. Like he is that guy.
Yeah, he well, there's a crazy stat with him on the court. The Jazz are first and some percentage, some advanced stat, but whenever he's off the court, they're like 24th.
Really?
So I mean, he's definitely good, but to me, it's just his size. He doesn't. He can't guard 1 through 5. Marcus Smart can.
That's true. That's absolutely true. I don't know about 5 for Marcus Smart, but
I've seen it.
like I mean,
I've seen it.
like DeAndre Ayton, you don't. I mean,
Yeah, Embiid.
I don't know. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm questioning that. I mean, you always see Giannis in there. You always see Gobert in there. You always see Draymond, but he's missed a lot of time. I like the Marcus Smart as a sleeper, though. I like him as your pick a lot.
No, not a sleeper. Favorite.
Yeah, I like that. But for me, it's Bam Adebayo. Honestly, going into this, I didn't realize that he was the favorite to win this. And kind of diving into it a little bit, I mean, just the impact he's had for this Miami Heat team. I mean, he's the reason Miami Heat are the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. Just his ability to contest shots and grabbing rebounds. And, I mean, dude, he's averaging 1.5 steals, 1 block, 10 rebounds a game. And I don't know. There's just something about him. I mean, they're a strong defensive team, and that starts from your big man on most good defensive teams. And just the way he's impacted, I mean, this award. And this will be his first time winning it.
I would be happy if Bam won the Defensive Player of the Year. I would full send.
Really?
Yeah. I like Bam. I picked him like last year or something for Defensive
so.
Player of the Year.
He deserves it, man. He's a great defensive player.
I was a day shade short.
Okay, here we go. I want to talk about the 6-man.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a clear favorite. I mean, unfortunately, a guy I don't think you necessarily like that much, which is fine. But, I mean, 6-man of the year, Tyler Hero. I knew that was coming. Kelly Oubre Jr.
Yeah, KO.
Jordan Clarkson.
Well, you know, I won't let my bias take over here. Tyler Hero's going to win 6-man of the year. I think it's
landslide.
Landslide. I can't really add anyone else. I can't believe Kelly Oubre. Is he really in the top 3?
Yeah, he's averaging 15.5 points per game and 4 rebounds off the bench.
Yeah, I like that, Kelly.
Which is nice because most years that would probably win it, but
Yeah.
Tyler Hero's on a different level.
And I'm sure Jordan Clarkson's
16 points.
I almost said Kelly Clarkson. That's cool.
That is cool, man.
Jesus, take the wheel.
But Clarkson, I mean, he's been strong too. 16 points off the bench. I mean, he deserves a shout out, but he's not as efficient, I don't think, as he normally is. Yeah, but for Tyler Hero, man, he's putting up darn near 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal off the bench this year.
He's getting gaslit on defense, though.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He looks like a puppy with miniature feet on defense. But he's 39% from 3, though.
Well said, man.
I mean, that's a dude you want off the bench, though. You want those Lou Williams, those Jordan Clarksons, those guys who can just come
Yeah,
in,
but then you're put into that category.
hit the
I don't
three.
think Tyler Hero wants to be put in that category.
That's
Because once you get in that box, you're not getting out.
true. He could be much more than a 6-man, I think. I mean,
Not with that defense, dude. He is a Lou Will. He is a Jamal Crawford.
That's true.
He's a Jordan Clarkson.
I mean, it's the second year. He's got a lot to learn and grow.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think he would appreciate being put in that box because he seems like a arrogant person.
Hey, come on. We don't know him. I just
I've
think it's
seen
crazy
him,
that
dude.
he's averaging 21 off the bench. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Did Lou Will ever do that? I don't think so.
No.
I think he's like
I
17.
think he's the only isn't he the only person to average 20 off the bench or something?
Really? Yeah, that's...
I might be making that up.
No, that sounds right. That sounds about right. I want to do most improved. I want to save rookie of the year for last. Most improved, the 3 finalists, Ja Morant. Not finalists, but 3 candidates. Ja Morant, Tyler Hero, Miles Bridges are three guys.
Jeez.
I mean, I don't know. Most improved's tricky because there's been a lot of guys that improved a lot this year.
It's Ja Morant.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that no question?
No question.
What makes you say that over the field?
His improvement has been very publicized. We've seen it before our eyes. He's a star. He was voted an all-star starter.
True. Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't get much more improved than that, even though, Miles Bridges has taken the next step. And who was the other one?
Tyler Hero.
Oh, I ought to Will Smith that kid. Anyway.
Come
yeah.
on, man.
It's Ja Morant. And it's not even close.
I agree. I think the fact that they're number 2 in the West, he's been the second best point guard in the leagues behind Steph, I would say, this year. And just going from maybe it's surprising to me. It shouldn't be, but I think it is just because we kind of expected him to be this guy. But the fact that we've seen it happen so quickly and the fact that he's took a huge jump. Like, he's jumped from being like a potentially a nice all-star level player to like the next Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Like, this guy can do just about anything. He's super athletic. His scoring, like, he's been putting up 30 points a night and stuff. So I like it. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, Ja. For sure.
Coach of the year, we can just touch on it real quick. Monty Williams, obvious. Eric Spoelstra, and then my pick, Taylor Jenkins for the Grizzlies.
I think Monty Williams wins it,
Mm-hmm.
and well-deserved, but I would pick Udoka.
Really?
Yeah, that turnaround you don't see every day.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you start out one way, it's going to be a topsy-turvy season, and he's literally made him a juggernaut in the East.
I would like that.
That's coaching. That is coaching.
No, I do. I like that. But I think in like for the voters, they're looking at from the start of the season to the end. So the fact that they got off to such a bad start, and then they kind of had to work things out, and then finally hit some strides.
That's the coach of the year. They made a change to the team that was losing, and made it a juggernaut. You don't see that often. That's a coaching move.
Yeah, but I think they're going to look at it like, why were they off to a slow start? Like, why?
He was new.
This team that's so good, why haven't they?
First year.
Because, like, to me, Monty Williams, the favorite.
Yeah, he's going to win.
From the get-go, they've just been super consistent, been the most consistent team all year, even from the beginning of the year. They went on a crazy run.
That's why he's going to win.
Yes, that's what I mean. And, like, Taylor Jenkins, even the Grizzlies, they were, like, 22 and, like, 6 or something. And they just stayed true to that. And to me, I like Taylor Jenkins as a pick because they're a younger team. They've been competitive all year. They faced injuries. I mean, the Suns are probably, with Chris Paul going down and them staying afloat, that's probably what gives Monty Williams the edge, and they're the best team. But I like Taylor Jenkins would be my vote because they're young, the number 2 seed. We've seen so many people elevate their games on this team. So many young people just become so good so quickly and become a good team because a lot of it because of Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, he's a good coach. I like that.
Darn good.
He's dang good.
Darn, yeah, 100%. Okay, best for last. We're going to probably touch on this for a little bit. Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name four of them. Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
Cade Cunningham,
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Green. It's basically the top three. I just wanted to throw him in there because he's on the rookie ladder now.
He is?
He's number 4.
He is well deserved. He's been on fire. Shoot. I don't know. Like, I love all these players, really. Like, this rookie class has been
Freaking amazing.
Oh man, yeah, one of the best since I've been alive.
And it's crazy because even like it's not even like the top 3. Like it's a deep.
Yeah, there's
Davion
like
Mitchell,
Franz Wagner.
Giddey. Like it's a darn
Giddey
good.
would probably be up there if he didn't get hurt.
Same with Mobley.
Like, I don't think you can really go wrong with whoever gets Rookie of the Year, but I don't think in the long run it doesn't matter because they're all going to be studs. But for some reason I feel like the voters are. I think Scotty Barnes deserves it.
Really?
He's had the biggest impact on his team.
Bigger than Mobley?
I think so.
Okay, I think that's fair. I'm not going to argue that. But defensively, Mobley has been the most impactful of the rookies defensively.
Yeah, 100%. But
and offensively, it's probably been Cade Cunningham.
But I just think, like, the Cavaliers have a pretty good, nucleus of players.
Mm.
I mean, Jared Allen, I think, helps Mobley a lot because he can, focus on his matchup and kind of help off because he knows he has Jared Allen to back him up. That's huge, I think.
That's true, yeah.
Scotty Barnes is like, I don't think the Raptors were trash at defense last year. Like garbage.
Yeah, they were.
And Scotty comes in and like solidified a whole bunch of holes in that defense. And not just that, he's helping out on the offensive end. He's doing a little bit of everything. Splashing threes.
Okay.
Little mid-range, getting to the rim. All these things. Yeah, so I would give it to Scotty, but I think Evan will win. And I'm very proud of both, and I love them both. They're near and dear to my heart. Cade Cunningham is coming in hot, though, man. He's turning out to be what we all thought. He can do a little bit of everything.
Cade Cunningham's my pick.
Oh! Beep, 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 beep!
As much as it hurts to say, and I appreciate your points with Scotty because they're all 100% correct. He's the most versatile player in the draft. He's contributing to a playoff team that we didn't expect, and he's been really darn good as a rookie. But Cade Cunningham, I know Detroit stinks. They're at the bottom of the standings. But he's just doing things as a rookie. I mean, we expected it. But, I mean, dude, in March, he's averaging 19 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, you take that, his season totals are 17, 6, and 6 as a rookie. I mean, he's shooting 47%. He's taking 19 shots a night in March. But I just think the performances we see out of him are kind of like crazy. I mean, he's putting up close to, triple doubles on certain nights.
I think he had 30 against the Nets the other day.
He had 34, and he scored 29 after halftime. So he's just one of these guys on offense that he's a do-it-all guy. The stat lines are there. And I think that's what contributes to being a rookie is I think they look at mostly like your stat line. I mean, we've seen it in the past, like Tyreek Evans, he won because he averaged 19 a game. And just historically speaking, I think it's more so of your stats. But
Luke,
I think you're looking at it as a logical way. Scotty Barnes is contributing to a team that's good. He's made them better as a team. All these things. You did the same with Jokic, which I appreciate and I agree with you 100%. But I think just what they've done, I think they're going to look at Cade and they're going to give him the vote.
Luke, don't pee on my head and tell me it's raining.
Okay.
The Detroit Pistons stink. He's putting up worthless numbers. They may be good, but it's not leading to winning. That's not Rookie of the Year. Yeah, it's nice. He's good.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, all ears, bub.
What is the impact of Cade Cunningham on the Toronto Raptors? What does he do to this team? I mean, it's Pascal Siakam. We named the guys already. This is a team that is good enough to compete. I mean, Scotty makes him better, but that
He doesn't fill any role. He doesn't fill the holes that Scotty fills defensively.
No, he doesn't. But offensively, it's night and day.
Hey, you're not hearing me, man. Defense is huge. That's why Evan Mobley's up there. That's why Scotty Barnes is up there. Their defense is their main attribute that people notice and see that it affects the game in a positive way. Yeah, Cade's putting up phenomenal numbers. He's a star. He's going to be a star. But this is not his award.
But this isn't a defensive player. I think, like with rookies, it's never been how good is this guy's defense. It's never been a thing with the rookie. It's always been
the impact on
how
your team.
impactful is he.
Yeah.
And I mean, Cade, averaging 17, 6, and 6.
Leading to what? What's the record?
But they were the first pick. They had the first pick for a reason last year. They stink. I mean, it's hard
Cleveland and the Raptors stunk last year.
Yeah, but they went out. They've made
now
moves.
They're playoff teams.
Darius Garland stepped up. Kevin Love's back and healthy. They got Jared Allen. They had Karis LeVert. I mean, there's a whole lot of things. Toronto, we knew this was a formal finals team 3 years ago. 4 years ago? And they have the same pieces. Kawhi's gone. Kyle Lowry's gone.
Don't tell me they have the same pieces. They don't have any of the same pieces. They have
Pascal. Pascal, Anunoby, that's the core. And they kept their same core and they added a top 4 pick. Yes, they're all great players.
They don't have Norman Powell.
But what I'm saying is Detroit stinks. They don't have any core players. They don't have any future. It's Cade, sometimes Jeremy Grant on certain nights when he plays. Sadiq Bey I love Sadiq Bey, but there's no core in Detroit, which, I mean, shoot, for him he's putting up 20 shots a game. That's the guy they drafted. They expect him to come in and do that. So why should he not deserve Rookie of the Year if he's doing everything that we expected him to do as a number 1 overall pick?
Because he's not impacting the game.
He is, though.
How? They beat the Nets, yeah?
He's impactful in a way that he's everything that we expected him to be.
All I'm saying is he's not going to win Rookie of the Year.
He's my vote.
I would disagree. I think there's 2 better candidates.
But your reasoning is only because of their defense.
No, how they
and they're on better teams.
No, they impacted their team. Their playoff teams. Scotty Barnes, what is he averaging? 15
for the season.
Shooting 53%.
15.7 rebounds, 3.5 assists.
Yeah. Well, how many steals?
Doesn't say.
Oh.
Probably 0.8.
What I'm saying is Scotty went to a team and him and Evan Mobley have kind of made their mark. Yeah, Cade. I think Cade's making his impact in his own way, but it's not translating to wins or things like that.
But why?
I think why
should that count against him as a rookie?
That's
though?
how the MVP's looked at.
But this is a different award.
But it's like, what?
He's not the most valuable. He's been the best rookie. That's the way stats will tell you that.
I disagree.
I mean, that's fine. I think, but I like it. I mean, all 3 of these guys could win. I mean, they've all been great. I don't think
Cade can win.
Really?
No.
I mean, that's fine.
I think it's a 2-man race.
I think if Mobley didn't get hurt, he probably is the winner, the clear
He's only
favorite.
out 3 games.
But there's
no way you think Cade Cunningham deserves Rookie of the Year over Evan. I know you're
over Evan
Mobley.
I think
Scotty Barnes. Come on, man.
I think he's making that push, though. That's what I'm looking at. Is Mobley's missed games. He's been not playing up to what we saw early on, which to me is like, it could be fatigue, could be stamina, it could be just adjusting. I'm not taking that away from him, but if I'm a voter, I'm looking at did this guy progress throughout the season? Did we see him get better throughout the season? And with Mobley, his numbers are dropping since, the beginning of March. And since then, like, I'm looking at that, I'm like, Well, I mean, obviously
I
but the injury plays into account, and that
Oh.
also goes into my vote.
So you're talking about what recency bias? Because
Not necessarily.
Evan-
I'm just saying
Cade-
over the season.
Cade stumbled out of the gates, very inefficient, wasn't putting up these numbers, but now he is. Evan,
But he didn't stumble for that long.
Evan and Scotty hit the ground running from game one, so I think they have a longer.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is both of them haven't. They started out hot and then they stayed warm for a while, but now they're not as hot.
Go look at Scotty Barnes; he's just as hot as ever.
His
Evan
point,
Mobley's
everything's
hurt.
dropped. The only thing that's went up for Scotty is his assist. So he's starting to get more assists per game. His numbers have dropped 2 points. His rebounds have dropped 2 since a month. And I'm looking at Cade and I'm seeing his numbers from the beginning of the season have jumped up from, as a season average, it's 17, 6, and 6. And the last month, it's 19, 5, and 8.
So what you're telling me is basically Detroit Pistons, they're seeing what they want to see from Cade Cunningham because that's what you want to see out of your rookie superstar, just like the Rockets are seeing that from Jalen Green, that he's finally progressing, his numbers are up, but that doesn't mean you should win Rookie of the Year. You're talking about the last month, I'm talking about the whole year.
I'm saying the whole year too, but Cade didn't get off to the start Jalen Green got. That's why Jalen Green's number 4, because he started out real cold. We had a lot of questions about it. And now we're really starting to see, but he's a little bit too late. That's what I'm saying with Cade, the fact that he wasn't completely dirt water coming out the gate. Like, he was at least pretty good, like you could see it. But then now the fact that he's really turned into the first overall pick that we expected to see, then why shouldn't he be Rookie of the Year?
I just don't see it that way. Rookies are, if you're the number 1 pick, you should progress. He's probably getting more usage, too. Like, they're kind of unleashing Jalen Green right now, and they're probably unleashing Cade Cunningham to see what he's got.
Yeah, but
he's taking 19 shots a game.
Yeah, but Barnes is playing just as many minutes, if not more.
Yeah, because he's better.
No, it has nothing to do with better. It's the fact that, there's a lot of factors into that, not because you're a better player.
No, he needs to be on the court. He's an essential part of that team.
I think there's more than just being a good player than minutes.
Why would you play more minutes?
There could
because
be
you
there's a
smell
lot of
bad?
reasons.
I don't get it. If you play more minutes, you're one of the best players on the team. Isn't that just how it works in sports?
Not with rookies. With rookies, I'm not.
That's why Scotty's Rookie of the Year, because he gets more minutes than everyone.
No, man, that's not how it is. Because I think some of the best players in the league work better on efficiency, not high minutes. I think there's a lot of factors into that. And I don't know. He's my pick, man. I don't know. It is what it is.
You don't really believe that, though.
Why don't I?
Because there's no way.
What?
No one's talking
about...
If
it's not Cade, then it's Mobley.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not going to be Cade.
I'm saying he's my pick, dude. He doesn't have to be Cade.
But you think he can win it?
Yeah, I think he should win it. I think if you watch Cade, if you watch him play, like every time I see him play and I watch some things, it's just like this. He's the best. He's the best player in the draft.
I know what you're doing now.
What?
You got his card that has his jersey on it, and now you want to hype up the price on the card.
Nah.
Come on, man. You can't fool me.
I don't really like him that much. I didn't really like him that much.
It's a 2-man race. And
no,
we all know
it.
Anyone that knows basketball knows it's a 2-man race. Cade's not going to win.
No. If you watch it, you know Cade is the first overall pick. I think, that's my opinion.
What does that mean? That doesn't mean Rookie of the Year just because you're the first overall pick.
I don't know. I think he's the best.
The Detroit's still one of the worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm. But what is his
this
isn't MVP.
This is like a showcase. Yeah, he's gonna be good, but his stats are meaningless.
I think even if he doesn't win, he finishes number 2, whether that be.
Come on,
I think it's Mobley, Cunningham, Barnes.
If that happens, the voters don't know, and they're just gonna vote for him because he's the number 1 pick.
And because he's good, If the voters watch Cade Cunningham play, he's winning Rookie of the Year. But if they don't, it's going to be Mobley or Barnes. Because they'll look at, this team's 6 seed. He's good defense. But if they watch the games, if they watch Cade, like, he's the pick.
I'm glad that you're not a voter. You just vote for stats.
No, I'm voting
you probably
for the
just
Rookie
look
of
at
the Year.
you look at a piece of paper. Let me see their stats.
No, I'm voting for Rookie of the Year. What I see with my eyes. Early on in the season, it was Mobley by a long shot. But now that I see Cade doing what he's doing.
What about Scotty?
He's my favorite. Because
I think you're Will Smithing Scotty right now.
Why, though?
Why are you? He's not an afterthought, dude. He's right there with Evan Mobley.
Saying. You're taking this as if I'm putting him in the back seat. This is like these 3 candidates are interchangeable. Like you can take him, you can take him, you can take him.
There's 2.
No, there's 3.
Cade is not gonna win.
Why?
Because hasn't been the best rookie.
I don't know, man.
He hasn't been the most effective rookie.
I don't know.
Like you can't. I think winning is a huge part of these awards. It's obvious. It's always been. Like Rudy Gobert probably won because the Jazz have been the number 1 seed for a while. You know, you don't give it to a person that is in last place in their conference.
Do you know who won Rookie of the Year last
Winning
year?
is huge. Winning is huge. Oh, that's all I'm saying for awards. It's humongo.
Do we know who won Rookie of the Year last year? Because I don't remember, honestly.
Who's the rookie class? Was it LaMelo?
Was it Wiseman?
LaMelo?
Oh, it was LaMelo. They stunk.
Yeah, but there's not much to choose from.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look, but I don't think
Anthony
winning
Edwards?
is that. I don't think winning is that much very important in Rookie of the Year.
Well, LaMelo put up really. They weren't bad, I don't think. No, they made the playing game.
Yeah, they're the 10th seed. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
What do you mean winning doesn't matter? Everyone freaked out when Russell Westbrook won an MVP and they were 8 seed.
No. I'm just saying for Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure. I mean, seriously, I don't know if winning is a big factor in that award. Like, I don't know. But to me, it doesn't really seem like it.
I think it is.
It is?
Michael Carter, what's his name?
Michael Carter Williams?
Yeah, he won it. Because the Sixers were better than everyone thought. Actually, I think they stunk.
They were terrible.
Yeah, but
Tyreek Evans, the Kings stunk. That's the only guy I remember.
Yeah,
for some reason.
but this is like a rookie class from generational rookie class.
That's what I'm saying. Then why wouldn't we just look at the guy who looks the best and the guy who's putting up the best stats?
Because that's not fair.
And he's the best.
He's taking 19 shots.
Scotty's playing 32.
He's got the keys to the car in Detroit. Scotty's part of an offense. Evan Mobley's part of an offense. And they do their role and they play it really well.
Then how come he has the keys but the other guys don't?
Because Detroit stinks.
Yes. Why is that his fault, though? Why should that be counted against him on the votes?
I'm just saying,
if anything, that should help his case.
They stunk and they still stink. That's my case. He didn't do squash.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you is if we put Cade Cunningham on the Raptors, it changes the whole landscape. It changes everything.
I don't think they're as good. I don't think he gets 19 shots. He doesn't get 19 shots. His stats go down. His role's different. There's a lot of things that go into it. Scotty's perfect. He's Rookie of the Year. Mobley, perfect. Rookie of the Year. Cade, star, gonna be very good. Maybe he'll be MVP one day, but he's not gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Okay. That's fair. I'm not arguing. I think it's fair. I was just trying to plead my case for Cade Cunningham because I do believe that he is the best rookie right now in the NBA. That's it.
No, I think
he's not on the best team, but I do think he's the best rookie. Long term, Jalen Green's the best rookie. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
I think Jalen's showing that he's going to be very, very good.
Yeah.
His floor is Kobe and his ceiling is Michael Jordan with hair.
Michael Jordan with hair.
Yeah.
Hair and tats.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like you're seeing him. I don't know. I feel like this happens, but this is what we wanted to see as Rockets fans: is him being aggressive and he's not just settling. He used to look timid, but now he's trying to break people's face on the rim, and he's doing those step backs, and he's shooting a good percent. He's shooting a better percentage than true shooting percentage than Cade Cunningham in the month of March.
Yeah, he March is his month. He'll be the rookie of the month. Averaging 20 points,
3 rebounds, 3 assists.
48% shooting from the field, and 59% true shooting. Can I ask you what other rookie has averaged those stats? It's only been one other rookie in 1 month of all time.
LeBron.
No.
Kobe.
1985. January.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Michael Jordan and Jalen Green are the only rookies to ever average 23-3, 48% shooting, and 59% true shooting in 1 month. Not going to go anything on that. Not going to comment on that much. I'm just throwing it out there.
I already said it.
Oh, you said that already?
No, I said he's Michael Jordan with hair as his ceiling.
Oh, yeah. You did say it. That's okay. I don't think you'll be let down.
Yeah, I hope not.
Because I don't know. Because some statistics have him as like one of the worst players in the NBA. But I think he's one of these players that like he's going to blow those statistics like out of the water. Like,
I think he's just bad at defense because he's small.
but he's not. He has the potential to be a good two-way player.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to put on weight. He gets bullied too much. But that's all in time. What is he, 20, 19?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to put on the man meat and be able to hold his own,
Yeah, that's true. And he really hadn't been getting the minutes. But now that his minutes are starting to go up, he's getting more confidence. He's going to be a much, much better player.
Yeah, he's a bruh.
There's a lot of more rookies, man. Josh Giddey's been a freak. Herbert Jones. Herbert Jones is kind of nice. I know he's on the Pelicans, but he's a really good defensive player. He's going to be their glue guy of the future. He's one of those guys that does a lot of things and can help like a contender. Like he's just one of those like glue guys.
I think Davion Mitchell's
That's who I was about to say.
Yeah, he's showing out. Like he's good, man.
So since he's filling in for De'Aaron Fox, who's been injured, can you guess what he's been putting up? His stat line?
Let's say 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 22.7 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. That's pretty crazy.
And he had that wicked dunk.
Yeah, he killed someone on the Rockets.
To be honest, I was very unsure of Davion, but I mean, he looks really good.
Yeah, he's solid. He's fast. He's a little guy.
Yeah, he's got a little dog in him, and I like that.
I like him. I like little guys. Darius
I
Garland.
like little guys with big hearts, man.
He's the next Darius Garland.
Darius is good, man. Yeah. I will say that I think Darius is better than Colin Sexton now.
Oh, for sure. Bones Highland's been a freak. He's surprisingly been an extremely helpful teammate for Jokic. He's a guy they needed to step up with the injuries, man. He's averaging 14 points.
Yeah, but I don't really know much, but I've heard that Bones is doing well, and I like that. I like his name.
And then Chris Duarte, that was a guy you really liked. He's injured.
Yeah.
He's missed 21 games, but in the games that he missed, the Pacers are 4-17. And he was averaging 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And I think he's very slept on. That's a guy who's going to be really good, NBA player. 100%. I think you did good on that one.
Who else is there? Kuminga?
Yeah.
He's not on the rookie ladder?
Nah, he is, and he's number 10. It's just hard whenever Draymond Green's back now, Kevon Looney, they're just getting healthy.
What about Corey Kispert?
I think he's horrible.
He had like his career high like a night ago, 24 points.
I just don't. He stinks just watching him, honestly.
I don't know. I don't think we should bury him just yet.
I mean, but what's his potential?
JJ Redick, Kyle Korver.
Yeah. I mean, just a score, just a shooter. I mean, it's not like he's Josh Giddey or Franz Wagner.
Oh, he done that.
Franz Wagner's nice.
So's Mo.
Franz has averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Like that's rookie of the year numbers. If it
I
wasn't
like Orlando.
okay.
I like what they got going. What is Jalen Suggs up there?
No, he's missed way too much time. I think he was injured most of the year.
I think he's gonna. I'd be kind of worried if I was Orlando, but
Why?
I just get worried about his. I'm worried about his rookie year.
Whose?
Jalen Suggs,
He showed flashes.
but he was never consistent.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's huge for me.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was injury riddled. I wouldn't look too much into it. I wouldn't be that worried about it.
Yeah, I mean I'm not. I root for him.
Who else was I going to say? Oh, the draft class for 2023, 2022. I want to talk about the prospects a little bit.
Oh.
With Jaden Ivey declaring for the NBA draft today. You like Jaden Ivey, man? What do you know about him?
Jaden Ivey, what I know about him, he's from Purdue. He got real small in big game. I know that he wanted to come out last year, but he checked the temperature of the water. He wasn't going in the lottery. Came back, Studley, smart player. I think he figured things out. What is he, a shooting guard or a point guard?
He's listed as a point guard. Jaden Ivey's interesting because I think he normally was listed as a shooting guard, but during the tournament, he played a lot of point guard and he showed a lot. He improved a ton in his playmaking, and I think that rose his draft stock from what I've been reading. That he is potentially a top 3 pick because of it.
I mean, no, he's not a top 3 pick.
Ooh, who's your top 3? You got some?
Come on, man. There's 3, and that's it.
Let me hear out of it.
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
Jabari.
Okay.
Jabari
Ooh,
Smith.
one?
Oh, you want me to go in order?
Yeah, please.
It's Paulo Banchero,
Banchero, yeah.
Jabari Smith, and Chet Holmgren.
What makes you have them in that order?
I think Paulo's I think he's solidified the number one. He's 6'10", 250 pounds. He's got moves for the NBA. He's just I think he's their safest bet. Jabari Smith has a shot like Kevin Durant. He's 6'10", young, pretty built. I think his scoring ability is amazing. I don't think we should hold anything against him in the tournament because his guards are terrible. His guards made him look like poop. But Jabari just got that, oh man, that's a silky jumper. And then Chet, he's a freak. He's 7'1". He had a game with 17 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 blocks, I believe. He if you unlock him, he's a freak. They don't make him like him every day, you know what I mean? They don't put him in the factory, and he came out like that.
Yeah. Shoot. Do you think there's a can't-miss prospect in this, or would you consider those 3 to be, like, interchangeable? Would you draft him for, like, a fit, or are you saying, like, Paulo is just a guy who's the clear number 1? Or would if you had the number 1 pick, would that decision be hard? Or would you...
It would be hard. I think all 3 of them what is it? Can't miss players. So it'd be very hard, but I think the fit would have a lot to do with it. Yeah, I have Paulo number 1 just because he's just a solid he's got the tools to be a superstar, but they all do to me. It's hard, but I just like Paulo the best.
Who would you consider to have the highest ceiling of the 3?
I mean, honestly, probably the ceiling is Chet. Because what he
Okay.
can do on defense.
Okay.
Like, he's a freak.
Is he comparable to Evan Mobley at all?
I don't think he's as polished defensively. I don't think
Okay.
he's too wiry. He's a hunchback. But he needs to straighten that out and like put on weight, and he might, he could be very similar to Evan Mobley because his arms are so dang long and he's 7'1". What is
Mhm.
Mobley? 6'11"?
I think he's 6'11", 7 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that Chet has longer arms, so he could. But I don't think he could. I don't think he could bang with the bigs right now, like
Really?
that. Bang with them?
Maybe not bang, but
He's 195 pounds.
Yeah, but the length.
Joel Embiid would put him under the basket and turn around and
Yeah.
dunk on him.
But he'll do that to anyone. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis could hold his own early on the Knicks.
He was never 195 pounds.
Was he more than that?
Yeah, he was
But
probably
he's
like
7'3".
he was probably 240.
Yeah, that's true.
He was never that. Like Chet is wiry, like, freakishly wiry.
195.
7'1".
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
But my thing with Chet is he doesn't have to be like your defensive anchor. If you have, I mean, hypothetically, Orlando has a number 1 pick right now. You have Wendell as your anchor. You have Chet who could potentially play the 4. Is that realistic? I mean,
Yeah, I like that. I like that fit. I think if he's playing off someone and he's not like the anchor, I think that would be a good fit for him.
yeah, I think so
'Cause
too.
I mean, he can't take the big men. He would get destroyed.
Yeah, he
Get
would.
absolutely destroyed.
Yeah,
These guys are like 280, and I mean, you see him battle on the paint. It's like blood, sweat, and tears down there. Like, Al P, that guy will kill for you.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy like Wendell or like an Isaiah Stewart for Detroit or the Thunder need a center, he'd be a great fit on the Thunder. But it's just hard to say. I mean, for me personally, I mean, Orlando makes a lot of sense because of Wendell. He's 260, 270, bruiser, good rebounder for his size. And with Chet too, like he's a perimeter player. He has good handles. He's got probably one of the best shooting, one of the best shots of the 3. I mean, probably Jabari. No, I don't know.
Jabari has the best shot.
Maybe the best form, but I don't know. I can just see Chet just molding into just like a freak on defense with blocks because of his length, and then just like a elite 3-point shooter and just long. I don't know.
Yeah, he can definitely develop into that, but I don't. Like, I like how Paulo and Jabari are already NBA ready in terms of physically.
Paulo is 100%.
Yeah, the guy's a beefcake.
I mean, they all have flaws just like every other prospect, but Paulo's very polished.
And I like how he uses that spin move.
Yes.
He's very good at it, and that's going to help him a lot.
He's really good in the post. Like his post, when he starts backing people down, he's got a lot of go-tos.
Yeah,
and that's
like,
nice
I think
to
he's
see.
I think he's just the most, interesting prospect. Like, I'd take him number 1.
I think that's kind of what most people are thinking because
and I'm not even saying this because he's in the Final Four or nothing like that. I'm not putting that into factor. I think it does help his case
it does.
that he's the last one standing, but I'm not basing it off that.
I think it is a big deal though because what he did against Texas Tech, I think Tech was the number 1 rated defensive team in the tournament, and he showed up in the clutch, put up big numbers, and he had 19.7 rebounds, 4 assists against Tech, and they were I think something like that, and they were really good. So I think, and
What's your order?
there's only a few flaws from Paulo that I've noticed. Is sometimes he doesn't take his shot with confidence a lot of the times. I think his shot consistency is a little interesting. I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, other than that, is he known as being a good defender?
I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think he can hold his own.
'Cause, I mean, 6'10", 250, you could think, like, I liked him better when he was slimmer, though. It seems like he's put on a lot of weight at Duke, but in high school, he was probably like 225, 6'10", like perfect power forward size, and he was very athletic, very agile. And that's
Maybe
the
that's what they'll have him go in the
Oh,
pros.
dude, he'd be a
Make
monster.
him cut.
I don't like him putting on weight. I like him better as a because 6'10", 250, that's a center. That's a guy who could play the 5.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
rather
not
him.
gonna play the 5.
We want him 6'10", 220, could play the 3, could play the 4. That's what he's number 1 pick. Easy. My order, shoot. Based off potential, I'd probably have Chet, Paulo, Jabari.
Not based off potential.
What am I That's a tough question. I guess it depends on what team I am, mostly.
Come on, man, just answer the question.
I think Chet's my number 1. I think Chet is just because he can fill a lot of needs. He can do a lot of things. His biggest flaw is his weight. I mean, that's an easy fix. I mean, if you draft Chet, you put him on a weight training and eating training. Dude, even if he gets up to 220, he puts on 20, 25 pounds, 230, 7'1", 230, and he can develop into a great shooter. He's got great ball handle skills. He's the best defender. The length. He's just got all these different tools that.
I don't know if you can say he's great at all that stuff. Where have you seen all this?
We've never
seen him.
High school?
Well, high school. This is NBA.
We haven't seen him there yet, man. Not even in college.
He wasn't dominant.
No, he's not. None of these guys are.
I've never seen him dominate a game.
No. The reason he hasn't done it is because that's the way Gonzaga plays. We haven't seen. He's on a basketball school team like Duke, Gonzaga, teams like that. You're not going to always see a guy just dominate because they always have so many good players. They have ways they run teams and stuff, but they haven't asked him to be like a dominant guy, the guy that could really dominate.
I don't know. I just don't.
Drew Timmy's there.
I could see why I definitely see why he has the highest potential, but I think he also he's the biggest risk.
Yeah, I could.
So I wouldn't take him number 1 overall. Not if it was not based on potential. I wouldn't take him number 1 overall.
Why not though?
He's the biggest risk.
I don't know.
What if his game? I don't know.
Yeah, I think every pick's a risk though. Always, normally.
I think there's educated or less risky players to draft in front of him, especially if you have the first or second pick.
I think Paulo's probably 1, then Chet, then Jabari.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because,
that's probably how it'll go.
But if you give me, say the order is Orlando, Houston, Detroit. I think Orlando should take Chet. I think that's what they should do. But I could also see, Orlando taking Paulo, Houston taking Chet, which I don't love. And then Detroit. I think Detroit's perfect for Jabari Smith.
Yeah, I think Detroit is too. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if Houston would take.
I think Chet goes 1 if Orlando has it.
Yeah.
And then Paulo goes to Houston.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Don't they need a power forward or no? They're probably tired of playing Mo Bamba and
Orlando?
Yeah.
But they always draft those long.
Well, Franz is a small forward. He's a forward.
Yeah.
So Paulo's a forward.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't draft Paulo.
They could.
They're not going to draft another center. They have abundance, and they have Jonathan Isaac.
I think Bamba's a free agent. I don't think he'll be back. From what I think, if they draft Chet, they wouldn't need him. Plus, Chet can play the 4, and Franz could play the 3. Wendell at the 5, and just have a long, tall lineup. And then we'll have to see what happens with John Isaac. But
dang, Orlando's going to be nuts with all that.
But they've always Mo Bamba's similar to Chet in terms of his size. John Isaac was another guy like that. It seems to be a trend, and it seems
maybe they know it's not working.
That could be a thing, but history always repeats itself,
I don't know. I think they'd go with Paulo. Play him at the 4.
I don't know.
Who they have Wendell playing the 4, Mo Bamba playing the 5 right now?
I don't know. Mo Bamba doesn't start, I don't think.
Yeah, he does. He got hurt again.
I don't know. Every time I watch, he's not starting.
Who's playing the 4?
Wagner.
Who's playing the 3?
What's his
They're
name?
always playing those two guys together.
Who?
Bamba or Mo Wagner and Wendell, or Mo Bamba and Wendell.
Oh, maybe they are.
They always play those guys together.
Yeah, so replace Bamba with Chet, and that's a dub right there.
Or draft Paulo, put him at the 4, and put Wendell at the 5, what he naturally is.
I just think Chet's a better fit for Orlando, and Paulo's a better fit for Houston.
Well, you just want Paulo on the Rockets.
No, I don't.
I want Paulo on the Rockets, so I support this message.
I just think Chet fits Orlando better than Houston because Houston drafted Alperen Şengün, and he's a good offensive. He's very skilled, but they need a defensive anchor. Chet will be a defensive anchor, but I wouldn't trust like that.
Yeah.
Because he's an offensive freak. Like he has the tools to be an offensive freak. We don't need that. We drafted that guy last year. We have a center already in Alperen. And then personally, the perfect draft for Houston would be Paulo or Jabari. They can play the 4, 3 of the 4, and then a Mark Williams, the Duke center, with the Nets pick.
I like that. So you'd be okay with the Rockets taking Jabari Smith too? Over either Paulo or Chet?
No, I think Jabari's my number 3, but he's solidified it.
So what if they take Jabari over Chet?
Who?
The Rockets? Number 2. Would you be upset?
I wouldn't be upset because I would understand the fit. I think the fit is more important in that scenario, but
what could have been?
What could have been? Because if you pass on Chet and he turns into like not KD, because he won't be KD, but like a defensive 3-point shooting offensive freak, like a 20, 25, 12 and 3 blocks type of freak, you know?
Yeah.
Like he could be. I would be punching myself in the head with a brick.
I'd be okay with it.
Why?
I love Jabari.
I'm almost on team Jabari over Paulo, but not over Chet.
I'm the other way.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm drafting for the ceiling.
I also like the Iowa guy a lot.
Who? Keegan?
What's his last name?
Murray?
Yeah, the guy that put 29 up.
Yeah, he's 21.
And he's 6'9".
6'9",
I
225.
love this guy, yeah. And Johnny Davis.
Dang, he's I mean, that Keegan Murray guy's real good.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's definitely top 10 pick.
He's top 5. You think he's number 5? Yeah.
Johnny Davis is top 10. Wisconsin
because, we'll talk about him. But this Murray guy, I mean, he's all the way around it. I mean, I'm reading about him right now. He's a super strong offensive rebounder, defensive playmaker. He shoots 40% from 3. He's a lights-out shooter. He moves in transition. He runs the floor like a center. He's always the first one down. He's well-rounded. I mean, he's 21. I don't know. I mean, a lot of teams will look at that, but he's very NBA ready.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I like Jaden Ivey, too. 6'4", 200 pounds. He's beefy. He's extremely explosive. He can score. You just, apparently, from what I'm reading, what I said earlier, the playmaking that improved during March Madness, because he's going to go in the draft as a point guard. It was extremely encouraging.
I'm not a big fan.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like him that much.
Why? He hit 36% from 3, and that's considered his weak part of his game.
He had 0 shot attempts in the first half of an NCAA tournament game.
Why is that his fault?
He didn't shoot.
So?
If you're the star, you shoot. I think he's too timid.
I don't know. I think he could be good. I think he's good. Jalen Duran, AJ Griffin is a guy I really like.
Me too. What about Johnny Juzang?
I don't think he's projected to go first round.
What about Drew Tim?
I see Johnny Davis, ninth prospect.
Can I ask you a question?
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Marusian.
The Arizona guy?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is Drew Timmy going to be this year's Luka Garza in the draft? The steal of the draft.
Would you consider Garza to be a steal?
No, I don't know what he's doing right now.
To be honest, I don't think Drew Timmy gets drafted.
I don't think so either. He stinks.
Or he'll be like in the, 120, 30, in the 40s probably.
He's one of those college superstars that stink. Like maybe he gets drafted, but he never becomes anything.
Yeah, Tyler
Like-
Hansborough.
Tyler Hansborough, Cody Zeller.
What's that, Luke Herringody?
Luke Herringody. Yeah.
That guy was
Like a guy that's there
gangster.
for 4 years and like he's good in college. but
super good.
Luke Herringody looked like
Like he sniffed paint, drank
yeah,
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys for sure. But, I mean, there's a lot of good center prospects is why I want the Rockets to take Paulo or Jabari.
Yeah, get Mark Williams, man. Or
Or
the
Oscar.
Kessler?
Or Oscar, the guy's Kentucky guy. He's like a huge...
Yeah, rebound freak. He's like Bismack Biyombo.
I'd be fine with either one of those.
What about Austin Kessler? The Auburn dude?
Oh, yeah. Is he going to the draft?
Yeah.
He's, Oh, yeah, Walker Kessler,
Yeah, Walker Kessler.
Kendall Brown. Give me Mark Williams and Paulo.
Do we have 3 picks or just 2?
We have Brooklyn's pick, which is projected 16th. Perfect. And then we have ours.
Oh, I can't wait.
We just need Brooklyn to keep losing.
Let's get in that lottery.
Close, man. If we're 16th, we'll be 2 games out of the end of lottery. Because I think the lottery's 1 through 14.
What if we got the 1st and 2nd pick?
Nah, there's no chance. Unless we trade Christian Wood.
What do you mean? Isn't lottery like ping pong balls?
Yeah, but... Oh, if we got into the lottery with Brooklyn's pick?
Yeah.
I mean, the chances are, I think, like 1%.
Yeah? You're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance, man.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. Thank you for the support. We love you guys. We're going to keep them coming. You guys keep us going. Peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy your weekend.
Marjoon.